Hello, everybody. Excuse me. All right, I wanted to go live today because I can. Um, I had a wonderful session with uh, Yogi Krish. I mentioned him in my last live. I've been working with him for I don't know how long. I'm actually not sure, a few months maybe, but we talked a little bit more about um, uh, the energy of money and money manifestation and things like that, which was really interesting. And I, we kind of really nailed down some techniques on manifesting, like in a sales situation. So he gave me a really cool example. So he emphasized the importance of your intentions and what your intentions are. And that's really how you stimulate the manifestation process. And um, he gave me an example of someone he worked with who had a shop um, where he is in India. And he said, okay, you know, to practice working with the energy, what you're going to do is you're going to set an intention on this set of items for sale with the intention that these items are really going to sell, and then have another set of items like right next to it or whatever, two different shelves, and just don't put your intentions on it and see the difference between the sales between the two items. And he said, the one that he set the intention on, those flew off the shelf and the others didn't move, or it didn't move as quickly. So that really helped me to kind of have a technique to use. I kind of needed the concrete techniques. We also talked about um, um, being vulnerable and coming from the heart center with your intentions, and and that being really important. And that was really interesting because I did. So, he emphasized my discomfort coming from a place of not wanting to be vulnerable. And so we talked a little bit about that. And that was really interesting. But the reason I wanted to also have this particular live was to unbox my journal. So I also talked to him about journaling and using journaling to set a contract with the universe about your intentions. That helps to um, uh, solidify or set the intention in a strong way. And also working with Rick, the wealth coach, um, he talked about really identifying and really pinpointing and going into detail about what you actually want, not what you don't want, but what you want in detail. And I was like, wow, that's an excellent use for journaling because I've never really been a journaler. And so I never took the time to get a special journal or anything like that. I'm currently just using like a 50-cent spiral notebook because it's useful. But with these things in mind, I said, I want to get a journal that inspires me so that I can really hone in on the things that I do want in fine detail, and creating contracts with the universe, setting intentions and things like that. So I picked up this baby, and I guess it's backwards. I don't know. And I just thought it was really pretty. I guess I can flip the camera now. Oh, maybe if I flip my camera now, it's the right way. Law of Attraction Planner, daily self-care manifestation, updated planner and journal, habit tracker, guided gratitude journal. And so I just took the wrapper off, and I didn't take this off yet. It came with this little Law of Attraction Secrets, 8 proven steps to manifesting your dream life, which I thought was cool. I haven't opened any of this stuff. I'm just looking at it now. So we have that. Got my notes there. And let's take a peek inside. Oh, look at this. Calendar stickers. Oh, this is fun. It's like childhood that I never really explored. Ooh, look at this. Oh, wow. Okay. My life statement, my mission statement. This planner belongs to. If you find this planner, please contact. Okay. Planner index, notes, theme, subject. Law of Attraction roadmap. Oh, this is really cool. So I'm going to explore it and goal setting, harmony on all levels. Nice. So, you know all this stuff, right? You get to be my age and you kind of know all this stuff, but oftentimes we get stuck in a rut, we get stuck in the minutiae of life, and we don't do these things. And so that was one thing that I learned in the Financial IQ Challenge, was the importance of moving your ass. Move on the things that inspire you, and you really have to respect your desires. And I think that I had a kind of a I wanted to the way that I want to approach life is one of enjoyment. And so it's really challenging, I think, especially when, young people get stuck in this where, you're told that you can't have fun, you can't find success in the things that you enjoy. And even though you mature and you intellectually understand that that's not true, it's still really hard to remove that barrier from your consciousness. And um, that's that's why the financial IQ challenge is so necessary. Is if you go to Rick the Wealth Coach's YouTube channel, or any of his, I go to his YouTube channel, but he does a live every day, and you can just um, it's always so stimulating. He just has a gift for stimulating the energy from within a person that listens to if you connect with him. I don't know that that's for everybody. It is for me. So I really get stirred up and excited. He really has a way of setting that flame for me, and triggering my sense of joy in these activities. And so, um, I'm really excited about just using this journal. And I'm just going through it to kind of show you what's in here. This is really cool. All kinds of stuff. What is this? Victories today. What did I learn today? How did I love myself today? This is fantastic. I love this. So I'm going to have fun with my new toy. But I wanted to kind of show, this is great. My sun sign is in Cancer. I do. Some people don't aren't into astrology. Within the religious confines, a lot of people um, or some people may feel like it goes against the Bible or different religious texts or Quran or whatever. Um, I don't feel that way. I feel that astrology is actually all within the Bible. And so I don't see the zodiac and all that stuff as a pagan thing. I think, these things are symbols of how the nature and the universe kind of work. And the Bible actually is in alignment with that. And so but anyway, my sun sign is in Cancer, but my moon is in Sagittarius, and my north node is in Sagittarius. And so I have a lot of direction to move towards a Sagittarian travel and exploration and knowledge gathering. So I like that this kind of includes the map and things that kind of set the whole process of journaling really as a journey. And so that's kind of why I wanted to get this, is because it's kind of, I don't like all blank pages. I like direction, and and that just may be the training wheels that I need at this point. Because one should have their own direction. One of the things that Rick the Wealth Coach talked about is having your own direction, and that's important in getting the things accomplished that align with your purpose in life and so forth. And I agree with that, but I like having some direction too. So this is a good one for people who I think have never journaled or have never really thought about it. Having all of this stimulating stuff to kind of keep you going in a certain direction. But it's your direction. It's just a lot of training wheels, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this, and just start setting, um, planning out everything and really going into detail about my wants and the direction that I want to go, and bringing my intentions out of my headspace, which is one of the places that I usually rely on, and bringing that down into my heart center and coming from a place of inspiration and excitement, if you will. Okay, let's see. So let me go over my notes real quick and see if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, being your authentic self. Right kind of energy put into intention. Okay. Another thing that we talked about was the fact that there's going to be a solar eclipse on the 20th of April. It's not going to be visible in the Western Hemisphere. It's going to be visible in the Eastern Hemisphere, in Asia and Southeast Asia and Australia. But he was saying that it doesn't matter, that when there's an eclipse, there's an eclipse. I believe it's a solar eclipse. And it reminded me of this app that I use called Moonly, because in that app it does, I'm not sure if it covers all of the eclipse totally. It does rely on Vedic astrology. And Vedic astrology, I believe, uses both lunar and solar. It kind of brings the two together. I think the lunar calendar is puts less days in the year than the solar calendar. So the solar calendar is 365. I'm not exactly sure what the lunar calendar is, but if you average the two together, it makes the days of the year 360 degrees, which gives us a 1 degree per day system, which seems to fit within the model of stuff. So I believe that app uses that, and it talks about the things that you can do to align with things like an eclipse, or the different days, colors and things that are aligned with the day. It's just a really useful app that I use. And a lot of the things that he mentioned were mentioned in that app. Not everything. He went over like a lot of things behind why it's important. He talked about the fact that just something like the fact that because there's an eclipse, there's going to be less solar rays on the planet, and because of that, the bacteria increases, and due to that, there are certain things that you want to do, like bacteria in food and bacteria on clothing. And so after an eclipse, you take a bath, you do different things that I thought was interesting and much more specific. So yeah, I think that's it. I'll put a link to, his name is Yogi Krish. He has a website called Yogi Krish Healing and a YouTube channel. If you want to work with him, part of my self-development journey was to find a teacher like him, and I just found him through his YouTube channel. I was searching for some particular answers about things, and his YouTube channel popped up, and I was impressed with the things that he was saying. So I contacted him, and we do a WhatsApp video call, and that has worked really, really, really well. And I recommend people working with people all over the world just to because his perspective on things really illuminates a lot of things for me, because he's coming from a completely different perspective, and so you just learn a lot from from that aspect. But not only that, but he's just super knowledgeable and really connected spiritually. So I encourage everybody to reach out to him, or anybody else that you feel has some sort of uh, something that you can gain and do some self-development work with. Just reach out with them and work with them. um, so yeah, so I will put all my links in the description, and I also want to remind everybody that the next financial IQ challenge is going to be, I think, the first or second week in May. So yeah, take the challenge. You will not regret it. It's very, very useful. It's transformative. As long as you take it seriously. Like, if you're um if you understand that the things that he's talking about and instructing you on are for real and the real deal, and you take him seriously, um, there's a lot of power in everything that he's saying. It's easy to overlook some of the things if your consciousness isn't there with it, or your perspective. If your perspective shift can't catch up or whatever, you may miss it. But if you are open and you're ready to hear, and you have the ability to make a quantum leap or a perspective shift or a shift in reality, it will change your life and give you some powerful tools. It has for me, definitely. Okay, so my link for that is also in the description, and I encourage you guys to check it out and click on it, take the challenge, and support me. And yeah, I think that's it. And I am probably going to be doing I'm trying to do an evergreen online class. I do work on one of my gifts and talents is, and I talked about it a little bit in the Glance of Mercy video, is to, I'm very intuitive and empathic, and I have the ability to hear through your self dialogue some of the stumbling blocks and hindrances and things that you have in the relationship that you have with yourself. And so I do sessions, one on one sessions with people, and I have you basically talking to your inner self. And I listen to that conversation, and I give you pointers on what I'm hearing, some things that you may not want to acknowledge. You may know, but you may not want to acknowledge, or you may not know. Um, and how to develop a better relationship with yourself. I think I developed this skill just in having my own self as a guide to developing this. And, I have my master's degree in psychology, and I, teach young people professionally, and I have, different experiences with different things. And so if you want to work with me, you can just contact me through YouTube. Just leave me a comment or something like that, and we can work together in that way as well. But I'd like to do a course on some techniques that you can do So you can just do kind of like an online course instead of like a private session. And then it'll walk you through how to develop that relationship with yourself as well. And I don't know when I'm going to come out with that, but I'll try to come out with it soon. So yeah, but yeah, leave me a comment. I'd love a comment. Let me know how you feel about any of my videos or the things that I'm talking about. And if you would like me to go over any material or get my feedback on anything, I would be happy to provide that as well. So thank you for visiting my channel and watching this video if you are watching it. And I will be back with another video probably next week. During next weekend. Okay, so I hope you liked this journal. It's on Amazon. I may put the link in there, but just search this title and you'll find it. It's just a journal on Amazon if you like it, but pick up some kind of journal, even if it's a spiral notebook, which is what I have been using. It's probably 20-cent spiral notebook. Use that. And or anything that inspires you to do the journaling. All right, well, thanks again, and I will talk to you later. Bye.